Okay, here we are. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you watching on Twitch, and for YouTube to be uploaded later. Good evening. My name is the Danimal, and today we will be looking at the fruit of Grisaia, or Grisaia no Kajitsu. So, as many know, this series is awesome. I love the Grisaia series, especially the characters, and the plot's really interesting too. Like, just all the themes surrounding Grisaia are just beautifully implemented well. And I'm so excited, finally got the visual novel. And this is the unrated version, but unfortunately I will not be able to show the good stuff. Aw, sad. But that is Twitch, and we will abide by the rules so that we don't get banned or renoed. Anyways, so I have played maybe 5-10 minutes so far, so right now I don't know too much. It'll be pretty new for everyone, including me. So we will start from the beginning, and I will do commentary as we are watching. So if you do not like commentary, please comment or leave me some feedback, and I will take into consideration. Let us begin. Intense sunlight blazes down on the road as if to declare the arrival of summer. The burning asphalt radiates heat, mixing with the scent of the tide to form a thick, muggy atmosphere. Ooh, cloudy skies. When the weather's clear in summer like this, you get guys who lose their heads in the heat. Sexual assaults, robberies, all the way up to homicides. I don't have time to list the variety of crimes committed by morons with baked brains. Wow, how condescending. Let's continue. As a result, at times like these, the police inevitably get very wary about suspicious types. It was about 10 minutes ago that I realized I'd been mistaken for one of those heat-stroked addled sorts. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's see what happens.
名前が風見雄二。住所は山梨県大里郡。
Osato Yamanashi. Where is that? I'm gonna look that up really quickly. Yamanashi. Yamanashi Prefecture. So, okay. Yeah, that's like like an hour or two outside of, like, west of Tokyo. I think this is where Nirasaki is, yeah. That's the sister city of the city where I live. Alright. Osato. Interesting. So far we're probably going to be playing mostly in the perspective of Yuji, the only male protagonist in this series. So let's continue. Sweat pouring from his forehead as he examines my license. The policeman in front of me takes a glance at the large backpack I'm carrying, then continues the background check. Of course I do. You just looked at my license. Yes. Well, I mean, it's none of your business actually, but if you insist. I told you this 10 minutes ago. I'm moving. This luggage is everything I own. Like I said, I don't have one yet. The answer's not going to change no matter how many times you ask. Yeah. Where did you come from? Where are you going? What are you planning to do there? Depending on Depending on the context, these could be fairly philosophical questions. But as far as police inquiries go, they're pretty run-of-the-mill. Better to be thorough than never. From their perspective, anyone wandering around without clear-cut business is by default a criminal of some sort. Let alone someone like me carrying around conspicuous, bulky luggage. It's as good as guaranteed that they'd stop me. That is their job, I suppose. Since this little scene acts as a crime deterrent through its visibility, it's not an entirely wasted effort, but unfortunately, I don't have all day to play along. I drop a glance towards the digital watch I'm wearing around my left wrist. Sorry, but I'm keeping someone waiting. I really can't spare any more time for hanging out with bored cops. Smart. No, I'm not. Bored police force is proof that the city's at peace. Take it as a compliment. Inexplicably taking offense at my tone, the policeman clicks his tongue in irritation and tosses my license back. Oh my goodness. We're getting frisked. I refuse. No. No, I have a rocket launcher. I don't rely on blades. Policy of mine. Look, are you really telling me to unpack all this on the spot? It'll take an hour at least. 30 minutes just to take it all out. 30 minutes to stuff it back in. Well, I mean, he probably had like 2 or 3 bags as far as I'm concerned, so yeah. Most likely, it'd be a challenge to lug all that stuff around. Oh my god, this guy needs to calm the heck down. I just told you, I don't have the time. I can't accept voluntary questioning. I know you can't just back down in this situation, but if I say I'll head over there myself later, could we wrap this up for now? I don't know if that'll work, but I think Yuji was known to be a pretty clever talker. At least give me an address if you want me to agree to that. Heck, I would. I don't know where I'm going. I just told you. As I've explained, I'm in the middle of a move. I vacated my old place, so I don't have an address. Oh, bad question, policeman. Bad question. I don't have any parents. No siblings or relatives either. They're all dead. This is going nowhere. Oh my goodness, please calm down. Then at least let me call the person I'm supposed to be meeting. At this rate, they'll be waiting all day. Does it matter? I'm not going to tell you that, exactly. It's your mother. We had an appointment at a hotel tonight. Oh, he just told him. He's so dumb. I was keeping quiet out of goodness of my heart. You dragged it out of me, so don't blame me when your parents get divorced and your happy home is shattered. Oh, snap. So clever. I love Yuji. Oh, snap. Dot 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 dot. About 30 minutes away from where we're talking, someone screams. A desperate cry follows within seconds. Uh-oh. A woman sits collapsed on the street. Blah. A woman sits collapsed on the street, stretching out her hand. Her high heels lie on the ground, knocked off her feet by the sudden fall. Just about halfway between us, there's a man in a flashy Hawaiian shirt running in this direction. Oh no! He's probably the thief. But I mean, are all thieves usually in flashy Hawaiian shirt? Probably not. But then again, you never know. Although the thief flinches for a moment at the sight of the policeman's uniform, after a quick check for any convenient side streets, he barrels onward. Brandishing the stolen bag menacingly, his hand violently gestures, "Out of my way!" I don't think words are gonna do much to the thief who's trying to run away. The cop is completely flustered. He's quite clearly unaccustomed to this sort of situation. So much for all that training, huh? While he's panicking, the distance between us and the thief shrinks with surprising swiftness. The man runs in a straight line toward a breakthrough to freedom. I happen to be standing directly in the middle of his path. As he prepares to strike with the bag, I ascertain the moment of his shoulder and arm from the first signs of motion and hit his wrist sharply just as he begins to swing. Serves you right. Don't go stealing stuff now. The man's arm instantly stiffens and loses all momentum. His eyes pop wide open in shock. I immediately grab the collar of the Hawaiian shirt he's wearing and firmly draw him toward me. Here we go. Prepare your butts. Outside this, what is it? Yamaguchi / Kuriningu. Cleaning. Cleaning shop. Apparently we're outside a dry cleaning. It's like a little Southgate arcade. I immediately grab the collar out of the Hawaiian shirt he's wearing and firmly draw him toward me. Before the man can offer resistance to my pull, I smoothly reverse and use my body weight to shove against him. When pushed just as they've begun to brace themselves against being pulled, anyone except a genuine expert is going to be thrown off balanced. Very smart. Nice shirt. Where'd you buy it? Shock spreads across the man's face as his knee buckled against his will. I try to gain in a chokehold using my grip on the neck of his shirt, but the man promptly draws his head back and shifts his body to the side, preventing me from landing a hold on his neck. Although I expected as much from a glance as his build, it seems like he's somewhat experienced as judo. But in this case, you would have been better off trying a decisive tackle. Rotating around the purse snatcher in the opposite direction of his slide, I yank his right arm upward with both hands. In one movement, I've circled to his back. Oh my gosh. That's a horrible crunch. I don't think he got away with no broken bones. Next, pull back on the opponent's wrist and elbow and pin him to the ground. This is just basic Aikido, by the way. Voice acting is good. Hey now, you've got your priorities all wrong. Before worrying about me, you should kill the guy who sold you that shirt. Oh, shoot. No fashion sense. Perhaps unconsciously, the man's now empty left hand desperately slaps at the asphalt. While holding the thief pinned, I quickly shoot a look behind me. Don't just stand there. So clueless. I don't even think he's a policeman. The policeman jerks up straight in response to my angry shout. Taking a pair of handcuffs from the pouch around his waist, he runs over to restrain the criminal. The purse snatcher seems to resign himself to his fate and doesn't offer any pointless resistance. Serves you right. He accepts his red-handed arrest for theft docilely, then sits quietly on the ground with his head hung as the policeman radios for backup. Apparently they weren't too far off as a siren approaches in no time. Woo! Two policemen get out of the arriving cruiser and push the criminal into the back seat. As I'm quietly watching the scene in perfect passivity, the policeman from earlier runs over. I hope you give me a nice reward. Cooperation. Like he barely did anything. I'll pass on the letter of thanks, so how about letting me move on? I think that's a fair reward. This guy. Freaking ungrateful, oh my goodness. Figured as much. Shaking my head in exasperation, I silently rebuke myself. Should have just left it alone. It's not you. It's not like you, Yuji. You know better than that. As the policeman pushes at my back, a glance at my wristwatch informs me that I'm already 5 minutes late for my meeting. Uh-oh. Forgot who he meets. Let's see, 2011, May 24th, 3:30. Dot 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 dot. 30 minutes have passed since I was brought to the interrogation room. Familiar as the place where criminals break into flop sweat in TV dramas. I'm sitting on a cheap foldable pipe chair, my arms folded, in perfect silence.
そうやって黙ってちゃいつまで経っても帰れないぞ。誰かと待ち合わせをしているんだろ。さっさと話して終わらせた方がいいんじゃないか。
Dot 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 dot. Perfect. Oh, closing my eyes. Instead of responding, I close my eyes. A silent statement, indicating that I have absolutely no intention of opening my mouth. Yeah, you better give him the silent treatment. So ungrateful. The detective clicks his tongue in exasperation at my attitude. I've got a pretty fair idea of what he'll be doing next. Typical bad cop. Sound of something being struck. An even louder attempt at intimidation. This is the point where a timid guy would be jumping in his seat with his eyes wide open, or maybe staring at the floor and quivering. As for me, my eyes are still shut and my arms are still folded quietly. My mind is a total blank. Oh yeah. I've been accustomed to adults shouting at me like this since I was a child. Following the threat stage, the next step would be for him to grip my hair and jolt me back and forth. But I'm dealing with an official authority group here. I should get off without direct violence this time. Man, all that experience. We'll learn later why. Not to say that they won't pull out the old TV cliches and harass me by shining a desk lamp in my eyes, or something of the sort. Ooh. I can roughly translate the detective's sigh. Goddamn kids these days. I gently opened my eyes in order to sneak a look at his disgusted face. The detective sitting in front of me seems to be challenging the Guinness World Record for the most dramatic asymmetry between the left and right sides of a human mouth. Or maybe he's just scowling. When I let out a snort of laughter in response to the unexpectedly pleasant sight, the detective scratches his head violently and glares at me. Playing dumb. I think you're the one who's dumb. It won't gain you anything, but you won't lose anything either. Accept your time. Yes, very true. I turn my gaze to the clock on the wall of the sweat box. An hour has already passed since the scheduled time for my meeting. That's not good. The detective strikes the desk with excellent comic timing. The best part is the way he knocks his ashtray off the table every time he does this. What's my deal? My deal is that your breath reeks of tobacco. His tone distinctly fed up. He stoops down to pick up the plastic tray off the floor. Kazami Yuji, occupation student. I am a ghost. Kazami Yuji, occupation student. Yeah, I'm a terrorist. Kazami Yuji, occupation student. First it's say something, now it's shut up. Talk about hard to please. Wow, what a great guy. Our capricious detective scowls yet again and scratches his head. Flakes of dandruff drift grandly through the air. Ew. Dude, you probably haven't showered in like days. I wonder why you're so disorganized. Based on his thoroughly wrinkled suit and heavy stubble, I say he hasn't been home in days. Sucks for you, should have not signed up for the police force. I think if I were in your shoes for a second, I'd probably die from the sheer stank that you give off. It's nasty, man. You need to clean yourself up. Another sigh. It's enough to make me want to heave one myself. Because we both take our work seriously, it seems like we've Because we're both taking our work, because blah, 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 excuse me, because we both take our work seriously, it seems like we're stuck going around in circles.
さっきのひったくり事件の取り調べも進まないし、厄介なの捕まえたよまったく。
Thanks so much for dropping that on our lap, by the way. Who's knocking? Just as we roughly complete this exchange of one-sided bitterness and mutual glaring, there's a well-timed knock at the door, and the sound of it being unlocked. Oh, who is this? A slightly plump elderly detective enters the room. Uh-oh. Hope he's a good cop. Given the respectful tone of the detective I've been chatting with, he's probably a superior of some sort. After a quick glance in my direction, the elderly detective whispers something into the younger man's ear. Before long, the younger detective turns toward me with a decidedly nonplussed expression. Should have been a long time ago. Why now, all of a sudden? Whatever. With those parting words, the young detective leaves the room. He's still a rookie, I'm guessing. The elderly detective watches him go and then faces me with a greasy smile. Ew.
いやー、すみませんでしたね、風見さん。こちらに連絡が行っていなかったようで、先ほどようやっとあなたの身元保証人の方と連絡が取れた次第でして。
It's about time. The detective stares at me with eyes like a dead fish.
市ヶ谷の関係者なら最初からそう言っていただかないと。
If you'd known I was from Ichigaya from the start, wouldn't you have thrown me in jail, stripped me naked, and sprayed me down with a hose? Ichigaya? Forgot why Ichigaya.
まさかご冗談を。うちは天下の桜だもんですよ。
Is that Sakura Damon? I don't think I remember that from the series. I don't know. I don't know if they mentioned it in the anime at all. Just to let you know, I'm nothing but a student. My work at Ichigaya is only a part-time cleaning job. Huh, cleaning. Sounds like an understatement.
掃除ですか。なるほどね。うまいことおっしゃいますな。さすがはインテリさんの集まりだ。
In response to my words, the detective twists his mouth into something vaguely resembling a smile.
いやー、ですからね。そちらさんもそんなご事情ならば、もっと早く言っておいていただければよかったんですが。
Hold on, BRB. Sorry about that, my mom just called, but we will continue. But really now, if you'd simply informed us a little earlier about the circumstances on your end.
ご存知かと思いますが、上があれですから、いろいろとややこしくてね。
Mess. I think that was a catastrophe. sarcasm drifting from every pore of his body, the detective treats me with transparently insincere courtesy. He's perfectly civil on a superficial level, but the atmosphere in here is growing increasingly unpleasant. The younger detective from before, hard-ass that he was, seems infinitely preferable. Did you inquire to Ichigaya about me?
いいえね、あなたの名前をデータベースで検索させたんですがね。
Mm-hmm.
検索している最中に電話が鳴りまして、受話器を上げてみたら防衛省の特別の機関からのお電話でして。
Special organization.
うちの犬がそちらで保護されていないかと聞きましてね。
Waff waff.
いや、驚きましたよ実際。うちは保健所じゃありませんからね。
What are you talking about? I am a dog. Waff waff. Since you've found my owner and confirmed that my leash is properly attached, I should be able to leave now, right?
どうぞご自由に。ああ、そうそう。あなたが今度転入なさる学園の学園長からもこちらに連絡がありましたよ。
Awesome. Okay. That's so.
なかなかいらっしゃらないからと近隣の署に片っ端から連絡を入れたそうですよ。おかげでうちの所長も会議の途中で電話に引っ張られたようでして散々闇を言われたと言っておりました。
Should fire that younger detective. Stupid ass. Where's my backpack?
お預かりした荷物は玄関に出してありますのでそちらで。なんでしたらうちの車でお送りしましょうか。
I want a limousine. You're not getting funds from public taxes in order to chauffeur bums like me around, are you? Or walk. Wow, do it at the hard way. After I'm urged out the door by the old man, the young detective appears from the rear, carrying the backpack they'd taken from me earlier. You don't work out, do you? Bit of a tough question. I guess you could say, my life. That wasn't really what I was going for. Let me carry that. Dropping the backpack next to me, the detective lets out a slight sigh. Thanks for lugging it out here. Pretty heavy, isn't it? Well, obviously it's not enough to stop a guy in a Hawaiian shirt from stealing a purse. True, guess that's natural for a policeman. Sorry. The detective smiles wryly. Landfill? What the heck's a landfill? I'm wearing the school uniform. You can see at a glance. Claps my shoulder as we pass each other. Don't touch me. With those parting words, he heads back into the police station. Guess I don't make a convincing student yet. I'm wearing deep blue slacks and a short-sleeved dress shirt, as well as a dark red and yellow striped necktie. Excluding my somewhat longish hair, I should be the very image of a student. Guess it's a little difficult turning into something like that all of a sudden. But it's probably precisely because this is difficult that I decided to give it a try. For a while, I myself didn't understand why I'd asked for this, but now, I think I have a faint grasp on the reason. I wanted to become something that I couldn't understand. Something that I wasn't. At the moment, I've done nothing but smooth down my edges a bit. Perhaps later on, I'll become a student on the inside as well. The sun that had been climbing upward earlier now has finally reached its zenith. The temperature keeps on rising and sweat oozes from my skin. I was pretty sure she'd pick me up, but... Who is it? Sensing a presence, I lower my gaze from the sun. My eyes, well accustomed to high contrast lighting, project a human form in silhouette for only the briefest of moments before the details fade in. Here you go. Forgot her name already. Let's see. A woman raising an awkward salute, grinning broadly, stands before my eyes. Spare me. I don't want to see a pose like that outside the workplace. In the first place, what's with that dopey salute? The girls in bikinis on the maritime SDF recruitment posters have more impressive form. Oh shoot.
もういいじゃないの。早速のお仕事をねぎらってるのに。
Yeah, I won't bother voicing all the other roles except Yuji's. Albeit, I don't think I'm doing a great job at it. Jeez, here I am offering my appreciation for your sudden efforts. I don't recall contributing enough to society today to deserve any appreciation.
はいはい。来た早々とんでもない目にあったのはわかるけど、八つ当たりはしないでちょうだい。そんなことより。
She opens the door of the car, stop next to her.
乗って。目的を遂行する方が最優先。でしょ?
Yes, it is. Yeah, true enough. Alright, finally. From Mishima Cape Police Station to National Highway number 133 southbound, we proceed to the Prefectural Highway and advance further out toward the Cape. A range of slowly rotating wind turbines come into view, indicating our proximity to the sea.
びっくりしたのよ。時間になっても現れないし、これは何かあったんだって連絡したら、案の定警察の厄介になってるし。
Being a nuisance to police, they're the ones bothering me after I saved them. Or at least helped them catch a thief.
この暑さだから熱射病で倒れてるのかと思っちゃった。
Who do you think I am? I doubt you really thought I was sick.
どうしてそんなことが言えるの?
You were trying the police stations first, not the hospitals.
そりゃ、
Oh,
あな
that's
た
true.
のことだからぶっ倒れる前に何とかするとは思ったけど、一応体のこと気遣ってるんだから素直に聞けばいいのに。
Maybe I should. Accuracy in weather forecast and interpersonal communications make society run smoother.
可愛くない。
You're seriously not cute. I'm not doing it for you. Pouting again, she continues her harangue.
第一、ここにだって本数は少ないけど電車は通ってるんだから、それで来ればよかったのに歩いてきちゃうんだもん。それも聞いてびっくりしたのよ。ヒマラヤにでも登るような大荷物背負ってるって。
I am, because I'm a badass. Sorry, I hate trains.
だからって歩いてくるなんて常識外れよ。
Doesn't make walking the entire way any less bizarre. Dot 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 dot.
どうしたの？黙っちゃって。
Could you not mention this to the other students? I don't want them getting funny ideas about me from the get-go.
変なのが来たって警戒されるかもね。確かに。
Thanks a lot for listening to me. I got enough of that from the police to last me a while.
やっぱり職質受けてたのね。
Here we go. And we finally arrived.
ここよ。
Pennies. Alright, we've arrived. This is it. The car proceeded about 500 meters along an area of reclaimed coastland before she brought it to a stop. So that's what he meant by landfill, I see. As I'm recalling the words of the detective from before, the woman continues our conversation with a suddenly cheerful tone.
どう？立派でしょ。この近隣の学校の中では一番新しいのよ。
Pretty nice, considering it's a landfill. Very nice. Barely even looks like a school. Although I'd heard it was a new school, its external appearance genuinely isn't what I'd expected. A 3-story building. The pure white color of the outer walls is the only typical school-like element, with every other aspect more closely resembling a city office building. The gates to the right and left are less evocative of a school gate than a functional fence at some facility. Kind of reminds you of like one of those psychiatric wards, doesn't it? With like the sharp posts and all, and the creepy bronze sign out in the front. Anyways, let's continue. The mounted signboard, likewise, is a utilitarian thing printed in simple typeface rather than a hand-drawn work of calligraphy.
これからここがあなたの母校になるのよ。感慨深くない？
I'm so excited. Ooh. I've only just arrived at this place. If I said I was deeply moved by this sight, it'd be a lie. Exactly. Keep it real.
味もそっけもない。人間想像力が大事なのよ。
Not me. With an exaggerated sigh, she opens her hand wide in the overblown gesture of a third-rate actor.
新設校だからあまり学校のイメージがないかもしれないけど、学生だってちゃんと普通のいい子たちがいるのよ。だから
Oh, I'm sure they are. Here we go. It's Amane. Did she actually just speak English? Freaking Machina. Oh my goodness. That was disgusting. Her rigmarole is abruptly interrupted by the high-pitched shrieks of two girls. What the heck is that? Is that a beetle? Ew, freaking Machina. It's like her pet or something. Oh, it's a cicada. Oops, I thought it was a beetle. I don't remember this scene actually. That poor cicada's on a leash too. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. What a klutz. Oh my god, that cuff is hilarious. There you go. No snacks. No soup for you. Yeah. Normal. Very normal. ... Yeah, and sweating beads is perfectly normal. Normal? Could you define that term? Is there a class where we chase each other around brandishing insects? No, I don't. That's why. I don't think I do, but it's nice to see that it's a lively school. Let's go. Yep. Having apparently forgotten what she was planning to do with her outspread hands, she totters through the school gate. Her office is positioned quite near the school building's front entrance. Furniture is nicely arranged based around an old-fashioned desk and chair. Typical Japanese high school. In contrast to the incongruity of the building's external appearance, this room is a textbook example of the old-fashioned principal's office. Uh-oh. I sit on the genuine leather sofa that's one of the room's more prominent furnishings. Excuse me. After waiting for me to settle myself, she lowers herself into the seat across from me. There you go. Finally. So yeah, Mihama. Her name is Chizuru. Okay. There's meat buns in her hair. Reminds me of Kagura. Oh, okay. So they definitely go back. There's definitely history between these two. On a practical level, nice to meet you might be the better option. Yes. Forget the past. Think about the present. I am now a student at Mihama. With a slight amused smile, Principal Tachibana takes out a pamphlet. By all means, please. She flips past a couple pages of the brochure. I hadn't noticed, but her fingernails are lightly polished. Wow. Sounds very prominent.
榊学園の母体は関東一円に私鉄網を持つ東浜急行電鉄グループ。その資金力を持って最高の設備と教職員を揃えているわ。まず、
Principal's talk shifts to more detailed matters. The East speech expresses an enormous corporate group with its hands in real estate and large-scale retail, but its core business is the management of the rail line connecting Tokyo and Haneda Airport. The EBE's management is shouldered by the Sakaki family, and it seems plausible that the Sakaki Academy Corporation is also administered by them directly, but that's only a guess based on circumstantial evidence. Sakaki. I wonder why it sounds familiar. Given the lack of public information on this secretive corporation's activities or even the existence of this academy, I haven't gained anything that could be called definitive proof from my investigation so far.
あなたは2年生として学園に入ってもらいます。早速明日のホームルームで転校のことをお知らせするから、それ以降は自由に振る舞って構わないわ。
Okay, so that means he is probably 16 at the time. Fingers come to a stop. Bringing her hands gently together, the principal raises her gaze from the pamphlet and meets my eyes.
どう？あなたのお望み通り、普通の学園生活を送るには最適の環境だと思うけど。
So far with those girls around, no way. I have a few questions.
どうぞ。
First, today is a weekday, but there is barely anyone at the school grounds. What's going on?
少数精鋭なのよ。学生数はあなたを入れて6人だけなの。
That's too small. Only 6?
そうよ。
The elite few?
ええ。
That include our friends with the cicada just now?
もちろん。
Question 2. Where am I living from today on?
全寮制なの。後で学生寮の場所を案内します。そこからここに通ってちょうだい。
Yes, okay. No problem. Dormitory, is it? Actually, I'd rather take the train to school, but given how close it is, I don't think there's a need for it.
寮といっても十分な広さのある個室だから安心よ。
Hope so. In that case, not a problem.
以上かしら。
Before we finish, one last thing.
はい、どうぞ。
For this last question only, I stared directly into her eyes. I need to confirm the principal's intentions in bringing me here. After all is said and done, is this a normal school? The principal closes her mouth. After a moment of silence, she opens it again. Gentle smile. I'm convinced that she isn't lying to me to further some hidden self-interest.
あなたがあの時に言った希望、ちゃんと覚えているわよ。
Oh. Excuse me. The principal slowly stands up and walks to the window side. The athletic grounds are visible from the window. Although resembling those of a normal school, the grounds are skirted by an improbably high wall. That's really creepy.
普通の学園に入って、普通の学生生活が送りたい。
The mere handful of students, the bizarrely extravagant facilities, the on-campus dormitory, the high walls surrounding it all. They clearly indicate abnormality.
でもね、あなたも分かってると思うけど、あなた自身の境遇を考えると、ここしか条件に合うところがなかったのよ。
My personal circumstances, you say? I guess you're right.
私はあくまでもここは普通の学園だとあなたに言います。
Okay. The principal turns to face me.
だからあなたもここで普通に過ごしてくれればいいわ。何かしてほしいとか私から言うことはありません。
Whatever you say. Understood.
それじゃ寮の方へ案内するわ。
Why am I dropping frames? With a nod, I rise to my feet. On the grounds outside, a gust of salty sea. Oh shoot, no, I missed it.
ここが学生寮よ。管理室も含めると部屋数は全部で11。
11 rooms in total. Wow, just like the anime.
各部屋ごとにお風呂とトイレとキッチンが備え付けられてるから生活の心配はないわ。家具も一通り揃ってるしね。
Very convenient, thank you.
何キョロキョロしてるの？
The cicada pair from earlier don't seem to be around.
ああ、スオさんとイリスさんのことね。
Yes.
二人ともまだ学園に残っているのかもね。小峰さんもいないようだし。
Komine. Two of them might still might be all at the school. Komine-san doesn't seem around. Oh, it's Sachi, isn't it? That Komine guy is student. That Komine guy is student here too?
その子に寮の案内を頼んでいたんだけど、姿が見えないから。
So you don't have a minute grasp on the movements of the students, I see.
私はほら、単なる学園長だから。
Useless. Merely, is it?
ちょっと待ってね。部屋にいるのかもしれないから。
Principal walks toward the interior of the building. Left there by myself, I stare vacantly up at the ceiling. Soon, I've unconsciously fallen into my habit of counting the number of visible sprinklers, then roughly estimating the scale of the building, calculating the time needed to gain control of the front entrance, and ascertaining the location of the emergency exits. Wow, this guy's got it all figured out, man. Not that many support pillars are there. Guess that's why the ceiling is a bit low. That voice, is that Sachi? Yeah, sounds like Sachi. Having grown absorbed in analyzing the building, I don't even notice a tug at my sleeve. Yay! Hi, Sachi. Yes, I can hear you clearly. Until the final excuse me of many finally catches my ear. Hmm? I drop my gaze in the direction of the voice and find a girl in housemaid clothes looking up at me. So cute. Not that she's of particularly diminutive height, except in comparison to a taller male like me. That bodes trouble. No one's going to admit that they're an intruder if you ask them point blank. Pretty ditzy of her. That's cute. The maid nods several times, slowly closes her eyes, and begins to repeat my words. Typical Sachi. Flexible thinking isn't your strong suit, clearly. No, never mind. So what does a maid want with me? This would be the second time today I've heard that pickup line. Oh, snap. You're a lot tougher than you look, maid. At this point, having noticed our voices, the principal calls out to the girl. It seems this maid was Komine all along. I'm Kazami Yuji. Good to meet you. BRB. Okay. I'm Kazami Yuji. Good to meet you. Yoroshiku. ... I don't think you've introduced yourself.
ちです。よろしくお願いします。
Yoroshiku. And this time it's nothing but the first name. I had this thought earlier with the other two, but you certainly gathered some unique elites here.
学生の個性を伸ばすのが学園の役目だから。
Really? Which would mean that she's a student too?
小峰さんはこの学園の1年生よ。あなたには小峰さんが教壇に立つような年に見えた？
First year, huh? I remember because I think they are childhood friends, so they should have been the same age, but most likely first year. That's not really my point of confusion here. Our uniform creates certain preconceptions. For example, if I see a girl wearing bunny ears in a bar, I don't ask her what she's done with her Bible. What she's done with her Bible. Oh gosh.
小峰さんは普段からメイド服でいることが多いから。
It's not an explanation.
確かにそうね。それじゃあ小峰さん、説明してあげて。わかりました。私はクラス委員を任されている関係で、よく先生方のお手伝いや雑用をお願いされることが多いのですが。
Very nice.
なんだかメイドさんみたいだねという話から、ちょっとメイド服着てみなよと促され、実際着てみたらやっぱり似合うから、なるべく普段から着た方がいいよと提案されたので、なるべく普段からメイド服を着るように心がけています。
I see. I see. You're a devoted one. That fallen bunny girl sister could learn a thing or two from you.
はい、ありがとうございます。
I don't know if that was a compliment. I wasn't really intending that to be a compliment exactly, but there's no point in telling her that.
じゃあここからは彼女に案内してもらって、その方が話もできていいでしょう。
Yes. No objections.
それじゃあ小峰さん、あとはお願いね。わかりました。それではまず1階から案内していきますね。
Alright, here we go. Yeah, if you would. The maid slowly begins to walk, but quickly comes to a stop in front of the management room. What's wrong? Huh? Stop dead. She's staring at me with an expression that clearly indicates she has something to say. What's wrong? You need something?
その、あなたのことを何とお呼びしたらいいのか聞き忘れていました。
How polite. Come to think of it, you're right.
すみません。
Well, you can call me whatever you want.
それでしたら、ゆうくんと呼ばせていただいてもよろしいでしょうか。
Wow, going for the very personal honorary. We've gotten pretty familiar all of a sudden.
では、風見さんというのはいかがでしょう。
Actually, I like Yukun. Sure. Oh, this guy. Sure, anyway, I'll call you Sachi.
サチ。
Yep. My bad. Would Sachimon be better? Sachimon.
いえ、サチで構いませんよ。
Right. Her expression didn't change in the slightest, but her eyes at the moment she spoke those words had a strange forcefulness. That's so. Alright, Sachi, best regards and all that.
はい。
Judging from her smile, it seems she doesn't dislike being called Sachi.
それでは早速なのですが、寮に入って最初に見えるこの部屋が風見さんのお部屋になります。
Yes, very nice. Nameplate seems to say it's the management room now.
学園長さんのお話では、風見さんには寮長を兼ねてこの部屋に住んでほしいとのことでしたけど。
Wow, moving up quick. In other words, she wants me to play the prison guard. Well, at the very least, 3 out of the 6 students living in this dorm are females. It would probably be prudent to have a room as far as possible from theirs to avoid potential trouble. I like trouble. Mind if I take a look inside?
はい。これが部屋の鍵です。どうぞ。
Finally, enter the room. When I open the door with the key, she hands me a prominently placed set of kitchen and household goods. When I open the door with the key, she hands me a prominently placed set of kitchen and household goods catches my eye. seem to be in good shape, and I can confirm with a glance that the room itself would be a more than adequate living environment given my needs.
この寮のすべての部屋には火災報知器が1つと2つのスプリンクラーが設置されています。
Comes with AC as well, very nice. Got it. She seems to have guessed my thoughts from the direction of my gaze.
そこは1畳半ほどのウォークインクローゼットになっていると聞いています。
Very specific. As a little test, I focus my eyes on a different point of interest, and she provides an explanation the same way. Although she's a little off in some departments, she seems to be pretty sharp in other respects. I see. Looks like there won't be any problems. As I speak, I twist the faucet over the sink. Was someone using this room before I came?
いいえ、少なくとも4ヶ月は誰も使っていなかったはずですが。
4 months? I wonder who's been here then. The water's pretty clear considering.
まあ、建物自体は新しいですし、風見さんがいらっしゃる前はこの部屋を倉庫代わりに使用することもあったので、その時に誰かが水道を使っていたのかもしれません。
I see.
私も時々お掃除の時にバケツの水を汲むために使っていましたから。
I see. Such a good maid. I twist the faucet to stop the water, drop the luggage I've been carrying on the spot, and promptly leave the room. There's some big eyes.
それから玄関を入って正面のスペースはみんなの共有の場所になっています。
The standard student dorm community space, is it?
はい。マキちゃんやアマネさんなんかはよくここで過ごしていますよ。
Alright. That's so. Although I haven't heard those names before, they must be other students.
それから風見さんの部屋の隣はボイラー室。その正面が階段で、その奥には4つの部屋があって、階段の隣の3号室が私の部屋になります。
I heard there are 11 rooms in total. Any reason why you picked one on the first floor?
それは私の名前がサチなので、さっちゃんなら3号室でしょと。
Oh, pff. I get the idea. I should look up that pun later. It's probably a pun.
ここが2階です。2階は基本的に部屋のみの構造となっていて、私以外の学生さんは全員この階に住んでいます。
Which would mean 2 of these are vacant.
はい、7号室と9号室は現在空き部屋になっています。
Okay.
3階はこの大浴場をはじめとした戦闘的な構造になっています。
Oh, I remember this grand bathroom very, very well.
階段の反対側にはコインランドリーや物干しスペースもあるので、必要な時に利用してください。
Awesome.
もし洗濯自体が苦手なようでしたら、私に言っていただければ代行しますので。
So kind. Wouldn't taking care of someone else's chore be a nuisance?
クラス委員ですから。
Alright, I'll keep that offer in mind.
はい。
There's no reason to refuse outright when the offer is delivered with such an earnest smile. Yep. By the way, can we use this grand bathroom as we please?
はい。清掃は専門の業者さんが定期的にやってくれているので、清掃中以外は24時間利用可能です。ただ、男湯と女湯に分かれているわけではないので、風見さんが入浴する際は入り口にこの札をかけるようにしてください。
Like that note will ever do anything. As she speaks, she hands me a card that reads, "In use, male bathing." Sure, I think I might take advantage of it pretty often. The view up there is pretty nice. God, a bathhouse looking over the sea, that's beautiful.
そうですね。周りには校舎の他に高い建物もないですし、ガラスの透過率も 75% ですから、海面に沈む夕日を眺めることもできますよ。
It's pretty romantic. Ocean view, huh? Not bad.
ご希望ならすぐに入ることもできますけど。
As she speaks, I notice Sachi's already holding a towel and change of clothes in her hand. What the? Since when did she even get that? What the heck? Pretty well prepared.
この大浴場を見た大体の人はすぐに入ってみたくなるみたいなので。
Oh wow. I see. The fruit of your experience, is it? What's wrong?
風見さんのための着替えではなく、私の着替えを持ってきてしまいました。
Bra and panties included? BRB. Alright, I'll be taking a quick break. I'll probably be back in 5 minutes, so if you're still tuned in, don't go anywhere. I'll be back very soon. Thank you for watching. Okay, looks like I'm back. I'll probably end the stream in a few minutes, but for now, let's continue. Alright. Instead of a change of clothes for you, I seem to have accidentally brought my own. Does it include bra and panties? As if to demonstrate, the female underwear slips out from among the clothes in Sachi's hand. Is this a declaration that you want to bathe together? Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
いえ、そのつもりはありませんでした。
Oh.
すみません。
I really don't think there's anything to apologize for.
ありがとうございます。では、これで寮の案内は終わりになりますが、何か質問はありますか?
Are you sure you don't want to bathe together? Let's see. Can I ask about something other than the dorm?
私に答えられることでしたら。
In that case, let's hear your 3 sizes, Sachi. Oh, this guy. Gotta love Yuji.
はい、上から82、56、83です。
Oh my god, she just actually... Hold on. I'm writing that real quickly, just for reference. This freaking girl, oh my god. Oh, hit the dialogue on accident. Alright, continue. At the moment, is there a specific man you're going out with?
いません。
Wow, so honest. Your experience with men to date?
ありません。
I know I'm not the one who asked you those questions, but answering them so politely. Would that also be because you're the class representative?
クラス委員はみんなの役に立ってこそのクラス委員ですから。
Oh, very good answer. What an admirable devotion to customer service.
ありがとうございます。他に質問はありますか？
Nothing comes to mind.
わかりました。もし他に聞きたいことができたら、部屋にある内線電話で3番を押してください。私の部屋につながるので。
I will call you as much as possible. Got it.
それでは私はこれで失礼しますね。
With that note of farewell, Sachi bows like a genuine housemaid and starts to turn away. Ah, Sachi.
はい。
Thanks for the tour. I appreciate it.
はい。
Flustered. The class representatives these days seem to be a surprisingly tough-willed breed. Oh, sorry. After Sachi's tour ended, I took another look around the interior of the building on my own. By the time I returned to my room, the sun is already low in the sky and the light growing dim. Should probably put the stuff away before it gets dark. Opening my backpack, I pull out the contents and begin to put them away on the shelves I've been provided with. It's a real help that I've got a closet. Things I can leave in a visible place, and things to be stowed away in the back. Dividing my possessions between the two, the latter are clearly more numerous. Normal, huh? While looking over my mountain of luggage, I mutter in a self-deprecating tone. As I work, the sun sinks leisurely into the sea. Mihama School Gate. Next day. Okay, I think this is a good time to quit. It's getting pretty late too for me, so with that, tonight's Sunday stories will end on this note. So next time, we will see what happens later on. So, as usual, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time for Sunday stories. Goodbye.